Good morning everyone. Yesterday we cut it a little bit short because we had a visit. The visit was from two subscribers that, as it transpires, have bought a similar place, an old bodega, 10 minutes away from here. They kindly, very nicely brought us a bottle of sparkling rosé, Rosado, to celebrate our second anniversary of owning the house, and
some lovely pastries which we're just enjoying this morning with our coffee for breakfast. So thank you to Chris and Beth.
And it was also a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully we'll be able to help them in the future with their projects and pass on some of our experience. Anyway, today what are we doing?
Today I need to carry on with the painting, surprise surprise. We need to pick some potatoes for dinner tonight. I need to plant some more carrots and strawberries. I don't know what's happened, we've lost our strawberries. We've got one left of the 24 that we initially planted, so we're going to try again.
And I'm going to be getting the electrics in for the refrigerator and the washing machine.
Yep.
So without further ado,
let's get on with it.
Yeah.
Hi, we're Sharon and Andy. Welcome to Finca Life.
In 2019 we bought a derelict finca that used to be a bodega in the Murcia region of Spain. The building was an empty shell with no main services, water, electric or sewage, and we're restoring it, doing all the work ourselves, with the view to giving us an off-grid, debt-free home.
In addition to this, self-sufficiency is very important to us, so we're going to aim to produce as much of our own food as possible, and the idea behind these videos is to log our progress, but also to provide you with something you hopefully find interesting and informative. Please join us on our journey. Okay, so these are the strawberries. We have one. Don't know what happened. We did have a few more pop up at some point. There were about 6, but they've just disappeared, so they are notoriously difficult to grow. We're going to try again. According to the packet, we've still got a bit of time. They can take up to 6 weeks to actually show themselves, and then it'll be a year, so it'll be this time next year that they'll actually produce fruit for the first time. So I'm going to get on with that and then off to the bedroom to my painting. So I managed to get this wall finished, but when we got here yesterday, the bit that I'd done the other day, which went on really well, but it was quite thick, it had gone like a crazing effect. So yesterday morning I had to set on and do it again, just with a much thinner consistency, just over the top of the crazing. But I just had a look and it looks like it's worked this time, so I'm pleased now. I'm going to crack on with the other wall today.
The first thing I'm going to do is attach a piece of wood to the wall, just there for the socket. I'm actually just going to spray foam it to the wall and then just lean that bit of wood on it, and that'll take. So if we can do this, oh there we go, wicked stuff this is. Try and control it. If you can see that now. Just put a big bulb on it because it does expand. Like a big, like squirty cream. Okay, put that there. Stick him on the wall where we want it. And then we'll just lean this bit of wood on it until it dries. He says, try that. We'll get a bit down the back now. Hey. It's moved again. That should do. Any bits we don't want, we can trim them off. It's under the level of that. It'll be behind the washer. If we want to plug anything in and out, we can just pull the washer to the side and get access to everything there. I've fed the cable around from the consumer unit, which is over there. I'm gonna put a junction box on there to feed the socket, and then from there I'm going to bounce this on into the toilet, which will supply the power for the light in here and for the little extractor fan, which is somewhere, I can't see it at the minute. So basically, because it's indoors, it's got no windows, no ventilation as such. When you switch the light on, the fan will automatically come on and extract any odours, so to speak. Right, so let's get on with it again. Carry on. You should be able to see that clearly. What I've done, I've prepared the socket. This cable will go down to the junction box. You've actually got to wire the two halves together yourself. So I've got the wires in this side. I'm going to put the top on that before they're all boing out everywhere, and then come back and do this side. Right, that's all back together. On a piece of conduit, that'll go on there, and then this conduit will go into the junction box, which will fix to the wall when we've done that. I hope this is making sense. Okay, so next I've got these wires prepared in the junction box. I just need to cut this end off and bare them back just enough to go in to fit into the connectors. All wired in, fixed to the wall. I just need to run this into the junction box now and then fix that to the wall. So I'm just going to cut and bare these wires so they can be connected into the, you see them, I'm going to cut and bare those wires and then connect them into this junction box, which is going to sit there. You probably couldn't see it before because it was probably in the way. We're getting there. Once again, I've just spray foamed the box to the wall, the junction box. The sockets are in. We're going to let that go off now, let that set and go and work on the other end, connecting it into the consumer unit. The idea of this box actually is, I said before, we're going to, for the loo that's here, we're going to run the light off that, so we're just going to bounce the cable off there after. We can put it in at any time in the future and just run that this way. Yeah, using our little three-way connectors, fantastic little things. At the other end, we're going to put a piece of conduit running down the wall, so we need that to come through there. So we're just going to drill a hole through the plastic of the box that this can insert through with our wire inside it. It's 20mm conduit. I'm going to put a 22mm hole in using one of them. Move that out of the way. Take it off hammer. Lovely. There's a mess. And that now should sit in there. It's a little bit long, so I'm just going to trim that down as well. I've pushed the wire through the conduit. I prepared the ends first because it's easy to do it when it's here in front of you rather than trying to mess about here. I'm just going to put a couple of clips on now to hold this conduit in place where I want it. Very quickly. Well, I want. That just snaps in there. Super. I'm not putting the whole wiring conduit, just this bit, because in the future we're going to be putting various sockets in around. We don't know where we want them yet, and I'm going to have to break into the wires and put junction boxes in and that, so I'll put the conduit on the final part as we finish it off and that. But for now, this one needs it. It is what it is. Right, so I'm going to wire these into the breaker, power off, and into the earth bar there. That's it, he's in. all that remains to do now is test the socket. In fact, we'll probably run a cycle on the washing machine because it says to run it empty. So we'll plug it in, I'll check the sockets first, then we'll plug the washing machine in, plumb it in, plumb the cold feed to it, and see if it works. Right, the water's plumbed in and there's no leaks. The waste is plumbed in, the plug's plugged in. It all looks pretty good. It's all back in its spot. No wobble, it should be as level as it was. I have no idea how you work these things. I guess that's to turn it on. Oh, look at that, it's singing a song to me. Then, we'll try it on a quick 30 wash and see what happens. It said it does a 15 wash, but I can't see that anywhere. They're all longer. 21. 30 the shortest there. Right, we'll go with that. 30. Press go. Keep your fingers crossed to see what happens. That's all going well so far. 27 minutes to go. It's got water in it. It's going round. Fabulous. And it's silent nearly. Modern technology, you've got to love it.
I've painted as much of the wall as I can. I've just run out of paint. But down here where Andy had to put the water pipes and the electricity cable through the wall, we've got a big hole. So I've been outside to my stone supply and found a few various stones. I'm going to try and lock it up from this side, and then I've mixed some stone lime mortar. I'm just going to stick them in with that.
7 minutes to go. It's in for a big spin. How quiet's that? That's absolutely brilliant. Very happy. All done. Just wait for the fridge freezer now, which will plug in next to it there. The next temporary thing I'm going to do is get this cistern up on the wall. If you notice from the other pictures, it didn't have anything there. You had to pour a bucket of water down it to make it flush. So next I'm going to temporarily, because everything's temporary down here at the moment, just get this loo working. What I'm going to do, I'm going to fix a couple of bits of wood to the wall that can then fix to through there to hold that nice and steady. Well, so far so good. I've stuck a piece of timber to the wall, once again spray foam. It does stick really well. I say it's only temporary, just to get this thing up and working. That's just resting in place. It's full of water, so the weight will hold that to stop it from moving. I'm going to let it all set and then get it plumbed into some water. That'll probably be tomorrow. In the meantime, let's go and see what Sharon's at. So Sharon's been super busy. Filled this hole in, little hole we had there, and at the side of the door here we had a sort of big hole where the end of the sleeper came through. Made that a bit arty, a bit of a feature when it dries. The painting's coming along. We actually ran out of paint again, so we need to mix some more. But we're going to paint the top half of that wall, finish it off. The square is where Sharon can't quite reach to, so I've got to do that. And then we're going to put the flue in place before we do the lower part of the wall, running across there. And that big hole we had here.
Okay, so that's done. Busy day, busy day. I'm going to go now, pick some veg and go home and cook dinner.
And there they are with the Maris bars we've just picked from the garden, which I didn't show you. Great stuff. Going to be a nice dinner.
I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, and you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing. Click on the bell to receive notifications of all our future videos, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.